anybody seen that meme on social media where the guy, what's the most traded thing in the 1800s? And it's a classroom and a young black boy raises his hand and they go, correct. We are the universal currency. I found records, and in the Caribbean, it was all about Spanish money. So I found these records, and it was like 17 guineas, pewter urn, 5 guineas, silver bowl. And I'm like, that's interesting. Why are they using English money in order to do this transaction? And I was kind of like, okay, I took a picture of it and just put it to the side. Then I read the pirate Henry Avery's letter. He was explaining to the magistrate in England, he was sorry for stealing their ship. But he refers to all of Africa as Guinea. So it wasn't the English coin on those records. That was 17 Africans equaled the pewter bowl. That was 5 Africans equaling that urn. We are the universal currency. So when you're on this pirate boat, you have to vote, because if you hit a Spanish ship and you've got these gold and whatever on you, if you're found, they're going to hang you. They're not going to ask questions. You are dead. So they have to basically money launder and take those gold and take those artifacts and turn them into something else. We are the universal currency. But pirates have to vote and say, are we going to deal in chattel slavery or not deal in chattel slavery? And some pirates said, no, we're not going to do chattel slavery. And some pirates said, yes, we will do chattel slavery. So just think about that at the top. You could be mixed, all these different people, all these at the top of the boat, but yet still have chattel slavery in the bowels of your boat.
In the bowels of the boat. In the 1600s.
In the 1600s. I went to Florida, and I actually got on a frigate. It was a 1700s frigate, but basically the same type. Because I wanted to know, when you're in the cruise cabin and you're in that hammock, what can you hear? So when I went in there, I could hear the water slapping against the bottom of the hull. I could hear people walking over on the top. That means you could hear everything that was going on in the. So once again, you may be railing against chattel slavery. You may have been a freed enslaved person, now part of this crew, but if your crew voted for this, you've got people in the boat. So it's a complicated, complex world built on loyalty. And, that's in the book.
And economy. And it was still built on slavery, is the bottom line. And these were women who knew suffering and understood suffering, knew homelessness, knew not having anything or anybody. And then they made something of themselves, but in order to launder their money, basically, they had to take on slaves, the guinea. And then they had to trade them in order to save their own selves, because the coins that they had stolen could not even be spent. They had to trade those coins for something else, money laundering, in the 1600s, on the backs of slaves. I know, it's a story. But it happened.
But some boats did. Some boats were able to, go into the ports like in Port Royal or Petit Goave and exchange the money really quickly at the warehouses. But some did not. Some decided that they didn't, because if you've ever been to a country and you try to change currency, they're ripping you off, right? Pirates, same thing. So they would try it. So it's like, this is the world. And so the book goes through and shows you where people stand and what's happening and those sorts of things.
Her relationship with her brother, Josiah. Josiah. Her baby brother